Hello, welcome to the channel once again, and today we'll be discussing what HTML is and why you need it. You're probably thinking you don't need HTML. You know, we have AI that can generate that for us, and not to talk of the numerous drag and drop website builders we have out there like Wix, WordPress, Squarespace, and others. You're probably right, and you might think you do not need it, but you don't know ought just to know some little things about it. And if you have just a little bit knowledge of HTML, then that will give you an edge in further using the tools out there to better suit your needs. And also, if you aspire to be a web developer, a little understanding of HTML is at the core of the tools you're going to need. You're going to delve much deeper into areas like CSS, JavaScript, backend programming languages, API, and the rest. But HTML stands at the core. It defines how your web page is going to be structured. So HTML is like the bones, and other things are like muscles and the likes. So without further ado, let's dive right into what HTML is and why it is important to us. In today's video, we'll be using VS Code as a code editor, and if you don't have it already installed, I'm going to leave a link to it down in the comment section so that you can download and install on your PC and we can run this together. So once you've installed your VS Code, you click on new file and it will prompt us to input the type of the file we need to work on. So in our case, we just type HTML and to tell us to save it somewhere. Let's just say sample.html. So, and with that, we have a new window opened for us. Things are quite easy nowadays. You don't need to cram or you don't need to memorize all HTML tags, properties, and values. We have auto completion and other tools that can do that for you. And in VS Code here right now, if you need to generate the HTML frame our website is going to need, just press shift and the exclamation mark, then you click on enter. It will give you something like this. Now this code is the bare minimum you need to run an HTML file. It starts with declaring the type, which is HTML, and declaring the language here, which is in English. We have other things here like the head section, the body, which I'm going to explain later, and the final closing HTML tag. Now let's start from the beginning. The first line says doc type HTML. This is telling the engine that the type of this document is HTML. It should treat it as such. The second line here is telling us that the language we are going to be using in this document is English. If you want to use French, that's easy. Just change it to FR. That's the code for French. And any other language you would like to use, you can just change it here. But in our case, we will be using English. The next line, which is line 3, we have the head tag. Now this head tag mostly contains meta information, like additional information about the website. Most of this meta information are visible to search engines. You might not even see them except for the case of this title here. This title here is going to appear on your title bar inside your web browser. Let's just see that. Let's change this to my title bar and press Ctrl S to save it. Then let's go and run it. You have it here. Let's open it with Chrome. And you should see the changes. As you can see here, we have my title bar up here in the address bar. Every other thing in the document appears to be blank, and so that is how it should be because there is nothing inside the body tag. So other information that reside inside the head tag are maybe, let's see, the link tag. Also, maybe you want to link a CSS file, we have the link tag, or the script tag. If you want to link to a JavaScript, then the script tag is here for you, but that is not the scope of this lesson, so we won't be doing that now. Just have it in mind that the head tag contains other tag that serve as meta information for our site. Now, like this one here, now this meta name is equal to viewport. It's telling the browser to make the width of the entire page equal to the width of the device we are using. That is, if you are using a device that has a width of 1366, then it is going to set the width of that web page to the width of that device. And it's telling it that the initial scale of the web page is 1.0. That is, it should fit. It shouldn't zoom. It should fit on a specific device. Now, this particular meta tag is useful for responsiveness. That is, it makes sure that the same web page that displays correctly on a large screen of 1080 pixels is displaying correctly also on a small screen of 360 pixels. So that is what this line is for. We also have other meta tags, especially those for search engine optimization, like meta name is equal to description. This contains the description of the website, so and fill in the content here. Of course, this will not be visible to us. So but it is very much visible to the search engines. So let's proceed in our quest to further determine how to use HTML effectively, and that is that on the head tag. And as you can see, the next tag here is the body tag. Now, the body tag holds all what is visible on your web page. All the things you see on the web page are determined by what we put inside the body tags. This is where everything resides: your paragraphs, your sections, your images, your link, everything is inside the body tag. Now, I told you earlier that things are quite easy now. You don't need to memorize everything that every tag inside the HTML documentation, and as a matter of fact, we only use a few of them. Yes, a few, just few. Like 20% of all the tags that are available are responsible for everything we do nowadays. And most of the tags we are going to be needing are quite simple. We have the P tag for the paragraph, the H1 tag through to H6. That is, we have H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6. So we have H2 also. We have H3, H4, H5, H6. We also have tags for link, and that one is the anchor tag with the A tag. So this one is for the link. And there are many other tags, like we have the image tag for images. We have the section tag for dividing content into sections. We also have the the div tag rather. This tag is also responsible for dividing content into sections, and a lot of tags like that, depending on what you want to use them for. So let's start with the paragraph tags here. Let's just input something. This is my first paragraph. Save it and go back to your title bar, then refresh it. You have this. So this is my paragraph. As you can see, this particular text is now showing in the body of the browser, so because we are putting it inside the body tag. Now let's put something here for our H1, my first thing. let's put something here also, my second heading. Now let's save the file and go back to our browser to view it. Refresh, and we have this. Notice that the size of the headings are different. Yes, it's intended to communicate hierarchy. As you can see, H1 is more bigger than H2, which is more bigger than H3, and the hierarchy goes on like that till we reach H6, which is the smallest. So that's that about the heading tags. We also have anchor tag, which contains link, like I've said earlier. So let's say we are linking to another document. Go to another website. Now the link, the anchor tag contains a special attribute that we call the href, which means hyperreference. This hyperreference attribute contains the value of where we want the link to go. In our case, let's just say google.com. So let's say href is equal to google.com. So let's save this and go back to our web browser, click on refresh, and as you can see here, we have go to another website. If you just hover on it, you see something below your browser that says https google.com. So when you click on this, it will take us to google.com. So this is google.com now. So the hyperreference links to another document or another web page on the internet. So the div and the section tags are mostly for dividing content into sections, and we'll have more use for them in future videos where we'll be doing something cool with our understanding of HTML. So when you're on your own, go online, especially MDN, the MDN website, go there, research for tags that are useful to you in various scenarios, and you see them pop up. They have a complete documentation of all the HTML tags you are ever going to need. So let's just come here on their website and type HTML there, and you see HTML structuring the web, and let's just click on the first link, and that should take us to a page that contains something about HTML. As you can see, the article is quite lengthy, and at your free time you can just come here and see for yourself. You have HTML elements, global attributes, everything you are ever going to need. So like I said earlier, you don't need to cram everything. Just come here whenever you need something new, or whenever you feel stuck, just come here and browse for the appropriate HTML tag. And you can also visit w3schools.com. So when you get to the site, you see they have sections for HTML, CSS, JavaScript, SQL, and every other thing else. So just come here and click on HTML, and you'll be taken to the HTML page. As you can see on the left sidebar here, you have various HTML topics. So that's all for today. I hope this information is helpful to someone. Bye.